Emma Hoekstra, and I'm the artist behind Emma Elizabeth Jewelry. So in 2014, I took my first jewelry class at Grand Valley State University after I had transferred from a local community college here in Grand Rapids. And right before I had transferred into Grand Valley, my boyfriend had passed away in a car accident. So I was transferring after a really, really tragic event happened in my life, and I took my first jewelry class, and it really connected with me and it really clicked. It became a way for me to cope and work through my grief. And it's kind of interesting looking back and seeing all the different stages that I worked through. I mean, at first I was making pieces in remembrance of him and like in a weird way trying to bring him back. And then it kind of turned into me feeling vulnerable and wanting to protect myself. So I was making, jewelry that I could protect myself with. So you might see that kind of transferring into my jewelry today. There is some edginess to the designs. And during that time, I had the opportunity to travel abroad and study in Florence, Italy. And while I was there, it kind of gave me like a step out of my life as I knew it back home. And it gave me time to like really think like how do I want to like move forward, and how can I take what I've learned and really come up with an aesthetic. So when I came back, my jewelry had kind of grown into like, okay, this is my story. Yeah, it was really, really hard to go through, and it still can be kind of hard to talk about, but I didn't want it to end there. I feel like this had to happen to me, and it's a way for me to then help other people who might be going through a similar hard time or hardship. So yeah, now my jewelry is really about like embracing who you are, embracing your story, and being confident, edgy, and unique. My jewelry is like an extension of myself. So when you purchase a piece of my work, my story kind of comes with it. So in a way you get to, I bought this from this artist and here's like her story. And I kind of hope that happens, but also at the same time, it does have this interesting aspect of like it evolves with the person who purchases it or who is now wearing it. It's tied to their story. It could be tied to a life event. It could be tied to like a new chapter in their life or like an anniversary or something. So it's that's kind of what I like really enjoy about jewelry, is that functional, like you can wear it, it's wearable art, but it also is like tied to who you are and like what you've been through. And there's usually something like when you look at it, you're reminded of. So I kind of hope like my jewelry will remind people of their story and remind them to embrace it and just really make them feel confident when they're wearing it. So I work a lot with sterling silver. I've recently been adding gold into my work, which has been really fun. And then I also hand select all of my stones. I'm always looking for something different. I really like bold colors and contrasted patterns in the stones. And then I'll have ideas just going crazy in my head, and then I try to get them down on paper as soon as I can. So I'll start with a sketch, and sometimes it starts with a stone, and then I kind of design around that. I use traditional metalsmithing skills or techniques, and I am fabricating these pieces and bringing them all to life with different materials that I have. So everything is made with my two hands, and which makes each piece a one of a kind and very unique and different. I think more art fairs should be starting to think about doing something like this. And I really think even if we are able to get back into the normal routine of outdoor art fairs, like to have an online version of the art fair too at the same time would actually, I think, really benefit the artists. And as things are changing and growing, hopefully from this point on, they could, start thinking about using this as part of the art fair. I think that it could really benefit everyone. So I think it's really awesome.